More test. Yeah, my audio is good. Say something.
Yeah.
All right,
Something.
that's good. All right, so we were lit. Well, obviously, we can't play it. What is up, guys? Mailman here with the Harrison Ford behind this window. But we were just listening to the song that Harrison brought to my attention in 2017 by Mike Tyson called If You Show Up. See
If you
there?
show up, I'll knock you down.
Oh, God.
So good.
It's awful.
It's
It's
so
a
good.
it's a diss track against Soldier Boy.
I'm not sure.
Unless he just brought him up for no reason.
Yeah, I think that may have been just because Soldier Boy fit into the rhyme scheme that he was going for. I'm not.
Somebody was talking shit about him on social media, and
Yeah, someone tweeted fucking someone Instagrammed him or something, and he came out with a diss track.
apparently there's uh
No, it is
a-
a Soldier Boy diss song according to Rap Genius.
okay, Asian Asian guys who are doing Mike Tyson songs.
If You Show Up is a song recorded by Mike Tyson amidst the ongoing feud between Chris Brown and Soulja Boy after the latter liked a picture of Karrueche Tran on Instagram. The argument then turned into preparing for an actual fight. Both have agreed to fight, and a date has not been selected, although Soulja Boy has said that he is aiming for March. Mike Tyson got into the feud after siding with Chris Brown when Floyd Mayweather himself said he was going to train Soulja Boy, which made 50 Cent persuade Tyson to train Chris Brown. Tyson agreed to do so and announced it publicly via Instagram. A few days later, Mike Tyson wrote that he was dropping heat, which led to the fruition of the diss track. Tyson mainly takes jabs at Soulja Boy, but also manages to diss Floyd Mayweather. He also claims that Soulja Boy will be crushed because he will train Chris Brown to fight dirty and knock him out. The fight never went down. There you go. Y'all also get a taste of my newscaster voice this morning. You're welcome. But yeah, go listen to it. Mike Tyson track "If You Show Up" from 2017. Um, it was only one of. It was the only song that Damon Elliott produced that year.
It's awful, awful. So, viewer slash listener, if my voice isn't loud enough now, you know who you are.
Eat my entire
Then,
ass.
I don't know what to do because I did turn it up. It was lower in voice mod than it should have been because I thought I'd be popping on and popping, but I turned it up not too much, and then I turned my voice up or the capture in Streamlabs as well, so that way I don't feel like I'm yelling.
Sounds great to me. I just opened up the Facebook stream.
I had a bunch of stuff, but I don't know. At one point, yeah, it's been 2 weeks, but I decided not even to take notes beyond what I've already taken.
It's yeah.
I like how when I go into the live producer, it tells me that there's no stream going, but clearly you found the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, and it says we're playing Mario 64. Nice.
We are.
Change that. Um, for anyone who wants to go into the archives, those are going away soon.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's not my choice. It's Facebook's choice.
Uh,
They're deciding to delete anything that's older than 3 months, I think, for me.
why?
Um, I don't know. I guess they want more server space.
Oh, that's true. Google Cloud platform consumption across all industries has increased substantially over the last several years, especially last year due
Yeah,
to the
because
ongoing pandemic.
a lot of people who weren't already planning podcasts decided to do podcasts. And then they stopped.
3 months later, they quit.
Yep.
I had a dream last night. Speaking of things that should get canceled, that I had a mustache. Just
Just the
a
mustache.
mustache and sideburns. Yeah.
But
Regular.
it ends here, or did it go handlebar?
No, it was just regular like dad, 70s dad mustache. Like how you do in their sport mustache. Or a 70s porn mustache, which is the same, and also how you do in their sport.
Yeah. I can
You get to
respect that.
fix this sink? Yeah, I am.
It's my
Here you got.
profession. I'm not a
I hear you.
porno.
I hear you having trouble with your pipes.
I don't do any kind of pornos, alright? I'm a
Man,
working man.
pizza guys are getting worse and worse looking. All the good ones went into porn.
Oh, apparently you can share collection now. So I'll
Nice.
start doing that after this. So you know what I'm looking at. I'll start with the stuff I took notes on.
Okay, hit me with it.
They have revealed the new Ford F-150 Lightning, which is the all-electric pickup truck that looks just like a regular F-150. Take that, Cybertruck.
It's true. Cybertrucks look awesome. Ford F-150s look like regular trucks.
Cybertruck sucks.
It looks like a Blade Runner car, Rene. Come on.
Yeah, they look awful.
Come on. No, they look awesome. It looks like fucking Edward James Olmos is gonna kick the door open and roll out wearing his
With
fucking trench coat and carrying his
his
cane.
pockmarked face.
Yeah.
Before they revealed it on their big show reveal, they had Biden, President Joseph Robinette Biden. I couldn't remember his middle name.
Wait, his middle name is Robinette? Like
I believe
Kitchenette?
so. Either that or I fell for the joke. We're gonna have to look this up and confirm. Joe.
His full name is Joseph Robinette Biden Jr.
And he's a junior. We
I'm
needed
taller.
more.
Yeah, that's why you need more generational white dudes in power. That'll fix it. Also, fuck you, Joe Biden. I'm taller than you, so nothing you say matters.
If you live old enough, I will be taller than you. So fuck you.
Yeah, I'll be negative 6 feet tall. Because
He's gonna have to lose a lot of height.
Yeah. Also, fuck. I'm gonna die first. So no matter what I do, Renee, I'm gonna die before you. It's not up to me.
You don't know that. I eat like shit.
No, I'm tall. Tall people die sooner.
Oh, because of poor blood flow.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
fair.
but I'm fat, so I got the same poor blood flow.
That's true, but like you got at least. I was gonna say at least you have toned calves, but I started wearing shorts. Yeah, ladies, summer's here. I got them 5-inch shorts.
I do have great calves.
Everyone gets to see my weirdly toned calves.
It goes muscle calves, stick thighs.
Yeah, a regular thighs, like regular doughy white guy body, and like these insanely toned calves. Look like they're made of granite.
Robinette.
It's like the kitchen out of Birds.
Yep.
Wait, is this where the birds aren't real thing comes from?
Is he a bird? Joseph Biden. He's for the birds.
Yeah, so's ornithology. Am I right, folks?
Ornithology.
More like gornithology.
Oh, that reminds me of my shit joke that again, I'm not a professional comedian, so to me, whenever I write jokes, it really should just be write jokes because I probably heard it somewhere and don't remember from where. But we all know that an ornithologist is someone who studies birds.
Yeah, ornithology's for the birds, man.
An ornithologist is someone who studies OJ. For those who don't know, James or Orenthal James is his name. He did that
That is
shit.
one of.
He did that shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he. I mean, he did it, right? Like that's.
There's no fucking way he didn't do it.
They had to prove beyond reasonable doubt that he did it, and they proved beyond reasonable doubt that they did it. But they acquitted him anyway.
There's
Remember David
so
Schwimmer and
much.
John Travolta were there?
There's so much against him. We all know the fact. This is an old case. He did that shit. All right. So while Biden was being shown the truck, he was actually driving it.
Nice.
Or people say that he wasn't driving it because
Ooh.
they noticed that there was a wheel on the passenger side where his Secret Service agent was sitting. And then there's two sides to this, like there always is. There's a side that's saying, "Oh, he's so old and he can't do shit, so they had to drive for him."
No, it's literally it is illegal for the president to drive. It's against the law.
Exactly.
He's not allowed to drive.
There is that. He has to be driven by an agent.
Yeah, he doesn't get to drive. That's part of being president. You don't get to drive.
But what if
Ever.
it's both? What if it's both?
I mean, I don't. He's 80 almost. Yeah, I probably can't drive either.
I wouldn't doubt that it's both.
Yeah. Hey, it can be both.
I mean, if it were up to me, if I were the president, I would have every fucking car have those two wheels and be like, "Hey man, all right, nobody's looking, let me drive now." And then if somebody's looking, you take the wheel and be like, and then you're fine.
Well, not no.
I want to drive. I like driving. Not a lot, but sometimes.
The Secret Service part of their job is also to protect the president from themselves. That's why the Secret Service took away Nixon being allowed to drop nukes on people when he got drunk.
That'd be so fucking great, dude.
Because that's one of the worst kept secrets of the Nixon presidency. He was an alcoholic and he would get drunk and try to nuke China.
And he liked to call people cocksuckers.
Yeah, but I mean, so did Al Swearinger.
I'm gonna bomb those fucking cocksuckers. I'm not a crook. I'm not
People
a crook.
have a right to know if their president's a crook, and I'm not a crook.
I'm not a crook. I gotta shake my head more. I am not a crook.
I feel a jowl movement coming on.
Let's see. Speaking of the truck itself, it had a lot of features that are familiar to Ford owners and whatever. It's just electric.
Cool truck. I like it.
Yeah, it is a cool truck.
I might. The only thing stopping me from switching to a Cybertruck to the Ford full electric is the self-driving. Like, I don't want to have to drive anymore. Like, that is worth $10,000 to me.
If I'm paying that much, I'm gonna fucking drive it.
Oh, see, I'm paying that much, so I don't have to drive.
Be driven.
Yeah. Listen, actually, do you think I could hire someone for $10,000 a year to just drive me around whenever I wanted? But also, why would I own a car at that point? Like,
yeah, you should just have like a town car always come pick you up.
Yeah, I sold my Toyota, my RAV4.
Yeah,
sold it for $3,000 less than I bought it for because Toyota sold their value exceptionally well, and I bought it 3 years ago, so it's got 50,000 miles on it, or it had 50. And I bought a 2002 Ford Ranger, little bitty truck.
Wait, 3,000 less or more than what you bought it for?
3,000 less than what I bought it for.
Okay, so that's
really,
you're saying it didn't depreciate that much. Okay, it just went weird in my head.
Okay, yeah, but got a Ford Ranger, little one, which made me think, other than El Caminos, why don't they make small trucks anymore? Like they make a Ford Ranger still. They
Hmm.
sell, you know, 25,000 a quarter. Like they're not poorly selling. Why don't they make small trucks? Like the Ford Ranger is still it's still pretty big,
Yeah,
like as
it
far
is.
as trucks go or as far as
Hmm.
vehicles go. Why don't they make small trucks? The used market for small trucks is insane.
Yeah, I'm sure it
Like
is.
they'd be making money hand over fist because I would have bought a little truck like that from the offset when I bought a new
Here's
car.
here's the thing. They do make them.
Just not in the US.
Yeah. Yeah, like say if you go especially to Asia,
Mhm.
which, all of Asia, India included. When people
Yeah.
think Asia, they just think China.
No, we're thinking
And
the Indian subcontinent as well, like Asia proper.
mhm. West Asia, like you have to add in the whole compass rose.
Yeah.
They have them. They're probably not branded, Ford, Chevy, things like that. Like Australia, I think
No, they are. They
stopped.
have. When I was in Hong
They're
Kong, they had
Holden.
Fords and yeah,
Do they? They're probably more
yeah, they have
expensive though.
Fords and GMCs and stuff. Yeah,
So I'm sure the cheaper ones are probably just rebadged.
yeah.
But yeah, they have those smaller trucks. So the new small trucks or mid-sized trucks, like the Colorado, the Ranger, the Frontier, the Taco. They were
Even
smaller.
the Tacomas are fucking huge now too, man.
They're huge. The thing is now from what I've seen, they're now the '90s full size is just the mid-sized truck now because regular full size trucks have gotten so huge.
Yeah, they're like a fucking semi now. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just a semi without all the other cab
Mm-hmm.
shit that a semi has. It doesn't have a sleeper or anything, but they're massive.
They're huge. Um, when I first got the Colorado, it was the next. It had just started the redesign. So the design you see
Mhm.
from 2015 on is the redesign. That's version 2 or maybe 3. So there was an original run in the late 2000s. They stopped, brought it back, I think in 2011 for another year or so, and then stopped again. And then from 15 on is the redesign. Those, I think the original run, the late 2000s run, crossing over from what was the S10s that Chevy had. Those were the really small ones. So that would have been the old Ranger style size. And then that first Colorado was maybe a little bit bigger. And then the next one just a little bit bigger than that. And then the Colorado I have is much bigger. So this one I gotta scoot into. I can't just, sit down into it like I would if it
Yeah,
were an S10 or an older Colorado. So yeah, they are getting bigger and they're not even the full size trucks.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
great though.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not.
What
Most
year is yours?
2002.
So that's a 4 cylinder? I don't think they ever put
Uh,
six in those smaller
they
trucks of
did.
any kind. Did they?
They did. I think the 2002 Ranger comes in a couple of different ones. The one I got is the 4 cylinder. They did have a 6 cylinder version and a 4x4 version too.
Yeah, those are probably the
Yeah.
sport
Which,
packages.
yeah.
You know what? I think I can tell which ones those are. Those might be the ones with the fatter tires.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the guy who had it before me was an old dude, so he didn't drive it much. So it had been sitting for a little while
Hmm.
before I bought it. So I think I need to put new tires on it because it's a little shaky around 35.
Okay.
Starts to once you hit
So
40, fine. Up until you hit 35, it's fine. Just that 35 to 40 range is just like
hmm
yeah.
let's see. I don't want to really talk about sad things, but there is one sad thing. Or there might be more. I'll see which one. This one isn't too sad. There is a woman who is from Portland, Oregon. She has had her long COVID for now over a year. Or at a year. No, let's see. This was published in March. So yeah, it's over a year now if she hasn't gotten over it. And she's taking 189 pills a week to combat her symptoms.
That's gnarly.
And she has had a fever of over 100 pretty much every day.
That's fucking gnarly. I would at that point like let me die. Like I don't.
Yeah. Oh my god. Hell yeah.
I'm weak. I'm a coward. Like I wouldn't. No, absolutely not.
It doesn't say if she has kids. It doesn't really say how old she is. She's an older looking woman. So, I mean, she has gray hair. That don't really mean much. But if I were a certain age and this was still going on,
I don't know
I'm done.
how I would. Yeah, that's gnarly.
Here's kind of a hint. They said a normal her pulse is really high at 135 beats a minute.
That's
From
me at
just
the gym.
sitting. From just sitting.
Yeah.
A normal pulse rate for someone her age would be 60 to 70 beats per minute. So
Yeah.
that would give you an indication of her age. I'm not going to calculate it. But that sucks. I hope it ends. Either whatever is up to her, you know, if she wants to end it or
if she wants to
she gets
cavork,
better.
like fucking yeah.
That's not allowed, right? They don't let
No, it's still illegal, which is insane to me.
Stupid. There's so many instances where it's just better just hey, fucking end it for me, you know. Give me a ton of morphine.
Yeah, just drug me up and take me out, man.
Fucking
Like,
let
I don't
me
want
die. Yeah. And
The
there
fact
are
we don't
countries
let
where they
people.
do it really well.
Yeah.
They let you do that.
The fact that they don't allow that in the United States for people, especially with people with like debilitating chronic and terminal illnesses, it's like okay, fine, you've got late stage pancreatic cancer, you're gonna die in a couple of years. We can make you comfortable and you'll live a couple of years longer, or we can just take away everything that would make your life slightly bearable and just let you die sooner. There's no option to be like, hey, can we just palliatively just like clock me out? Like I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, punch my gut.
And then if you have a family, the bills that you can rack up, and then it's gonna be passed on to them. They're gonna be expected to pay. Like, why don't you just if you can't operate on this thing on my brain, you know?
Yeah, just maybe sometimes the surgeon's hand slips.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me
say my goodbyes. And
we went to remove the tumor and accidentally removed the whole brain. We're sorry. And
here it is.
Goes, oh, and the family goes, oh no, how did that happen?
Just
but yeah,
if you want to Sub-Zero me, go ahead and Sub-Zero me.
Yeah,
rip it right out. Eyeballs and everything, so it looks really cool.
Yeah, oof. Finish him.
But yeah, that's awful for this woman to go through. And then there's more people than her. It's just the one they reported on. Let's see. I think I had some video game stuff.
Nice.
And then there's other stuff that I took notes on.
I got a little excited for a game called Biomutant. Apparently that was a huge disappointment.
I even take notes.
Excited about anything again.
When I say I take notes, it's really just like a script.
Oh yeah.
So here's my really quick. I want to go into.
Yeah.
Or I want to bring up.
That's good. You even stage it for yourself. I like that.
Yeah. Oh, it's natural. It's so natural.
That's called that. Granted, you know what that is? It's called showmanship.
So really quick, I want to bring up how amazing Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit were together
I don't know who those
and
people are.
against each other, and versus just about anyone who got in the ring with them. There are
Benoit
two
balls.
wrestlers.
Benoit balls.
So you really
Benoit
don't know
balls.
who Benoit is?
No, I do. No, no. I don't know anything about wrestling. We've talked
No, no,
about
no.
this.
Hang on. It goes beyond wrestling with him.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
get to that first, though, or we
Is it
later.
Benoit?
Yeah, Benoit.
Benoit
So I've
balls.
been watching WCW starting from when the first
Is it
episode of Monday Nitro.
Chris Benoit?
Chris Benoit, yes.
He's
From the
dead.
first, yep, from the first episode, which happened in '95. So this is why I'm watching it, and on. But I'm watching it like I could watch it because there was the Monday Night Wars during the time where it was WCW versus WWF, with Raw and Monday Nitro, and it was all about ratings. But I'm watching it as if at the time I was only a WCW fan. So I had been a long time WWF fan and was a hater of WCW. I knew a lot of the wrestlers, and there were times where I would watch it and enjoy it, but
Mhm.
I was big on WWF. So now it's straight up just all WCW, starting with Nitro, and then I'll catch the pay per views as they're happening. So, welcome to Monday Nitro. Next or this coming Sunday, we're gonna have whatever pay per view, and then I'll watch the pay per
Mhm.
view after that Nitro.
Okay.
It's been going great. Fucking '90s wrestling, especially at that point, was
Mhm.
fucking fantastic. Really
Yeah.
fun to watch. They're just so fucking skilled, and a lot of people like to talk shit about wrestling because it's staged, it's fake, but you have to fake it up until you're right there.
Yeah.
You're right there. So in order to fake it to right before you can kill someone, that takes a lot of fucking skill.
Yeah.
And
Unless
accidents
you're
do happen.
apparently, according to this article, unless you're Chris Benoit and it's your
Unless
7-year-old son.
and his wife Nancy,
Oh.
who right now in WCW that I'm watching, I'm only in '96, are both alive and on screen.
Live from 1996.
Yep. Let's see. So when I started watching them, um, it was later on, like maybe 5 years after this, once they transferred over to WWF. Which I mean, they weren't that much older, but seeing them even younger,
Mhm.
the moves these guys could pull off and still pull off as they got older. It's great to watch.
Yeah.
When you and I've seen them wrestle right like at this point in '96. I've seen them wrestle people who were lesser known and probably not as good, but just because of how good they are, they know how to put on a show and make everybody
Yeah.
look good.
This reminds me, Max Landis released a video a while ago about wrestling. If you're not familiar with Max Landis, um,
Sounds familiar.
he's a huge piece of shit. Um,
Son of
anyway, it's
director
called
John
Wrestling.
Landis.
Yeah, it's called Wrestling Isn't Wrestling. Um, really good. But yeah, other than that, he's kind of a weird, shitty dude. Um, he did a couple movies that I liked. Chronicle was the one that I really liked that he did.
Oh, it's about Triple H.
Yeah. What is
Okay.
something happened with him that like
Triple H?
no Max sexual assault
Okay, yeah, that was once I started typing his name, there was allegations was the next word.
yeah, there we go. Yeah. So it's a great little 24-minute little mini doc that he did about wrestling that's great. He's a garbage man. So, real piece of shit.
um I think that was it. I think I made a great decision deciding to go back and watch the side that I didn't watch back in the day,
Hmm.
and just take myself into that mode where I was younger and I thought it was all real, and it just makes it
Yeah.
more fun.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Because yeah, my daughter knows that it's not real, and we watch like the pay-per-views now, the
Hmm.
new stuff, and I've told her it's not real. We can fake it, and we'll sometimes wrestle around. But she sat there when I was watching it, the Monday Nitro, and they had the Macho Man come out, and he's like, "I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna beat you up, Ric Flair." And then they're saying, "Oh, Macho Man's trying to take it too far. We gotta get the police over here." And then a bunch of cops come out, and my daughter goes, "They're gonna arrest him? What's he doing? He needs to stop." Like, I know, right? Look at all the
Right?
cops are coming up. What's wrong with Macho Man?
It's
And it
crazy.
just
Macho Man, he's crazy.
the way she did it, like it's fake, but she reacted to it like it's really happening. He's getting arrested,
I love that. That makes me so happy.
and it immediately hit me like, oh, she's into it.
Oh,
This old
yes.
stuff. Like I figure, the young kids, if it's something old, they don't give a shit about it.
Yeah.
But for her to be like, this is interesting, he's gonna get arrested.
Yeah,
It was
that's
really
really fun, especially because it's something that you love so much
yeah.
that it's like you get that's really cool. One day I'm gonna have kids and they're gonna be disappointed in the things I liked when I was younger. It's gonna be great.
Manifesto again. It's a good read, kids. It's a good read.
Hey, if you've seen Captain Fantastic, you know that how I'm gonna raise my kids is gonna be great.
I have not, but I've only ever heard that title being made fun of and called Captain Fantasty.
Nice. Well, I think it's Viggo Mortensen. Yeah, it's Viggo Mortensen. So he's a
That's
great
an
actor.
anime. Is it animated?
No, you're
Am I
thinking of
thinking of?
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
That's what I'm thinking of. Who's the voice of that? Is it Clooney?
Yeah, George Clooney.
Okay. So let's touch a little bit on the end of that wrestling talk. Yes, Benoit did
Balls.
kill his child and his wife back in 2007. No, yeah, 2007.
Yeah.
They they really don't know. They do know, and then they don't know why he did it. They're saying it was just the roids and the roid rage, that he had gotten so
And all
many
the benzos.
concussions,
And yeah, and
so
traumatic
many
and
drugs,
TBEs and stuff like that.
so many
Or what is
things.
it? TBIs, traumatic brain injuries.
Yeah, wait, just a lot of concussions, a lot of brain damage at that point. That they're saying that he had a brain that was like that of an 80-year-old or a 90-year-old person.
His brain was mush.
And like I said, yeah, it's fake, but you have to take it to a point where it's almost real. You're that far. Like, you're really close to being real.
And
And he
also
had,
big, huge, giant muscles. You know, even if the wrestling's fake, the big, huge, giant muscles are not fake. Those are real, big, huge, giant muscles.
and how do you get those with roids?
And working
Training,
very hard and
training,
believing.
sure, but
Yeah,
there's such a push for you, especially him. He wasn't very tall. He was maybe 5'7".
5'11", which is
Okay, so
still
I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking of Eddie.
compared to the rest of the guys, not
Yeah,
all that big. Yeah,
which everyone pretty much starts at 6 foot, and then anything below that, you're cruiserweight. There's no way you'd be considered, for heavyweight and have the
unless, of
the
course,
top guy, the face of the company. Really, you'd
yeah,
never be the world champion, but he
never be
was.
the Rock.
Yeah, I mean, who's massive, massive man. and he
This
was
is
he had been the world champion.
nice.
And for anyone below that 6 foot, he was world champion. Eddie was world champion. You know they're getting pushed really fucking hard. Hey, you got to be huge. You got to stay huge, even though you're a shorter man. So they are being pushed to take roids. And Eddie also passed away, but he didn't kill anyone. And you know he was on roids, being 5'7", 5'8", and being massive as he was. He damaged his heart not only just from taking PEDs, but whatever other drugs he had been taking in his life previously. And a lot of wrestlers wind up dying before they even hit 50.
Yeah. I'm surprised Hogan's still fucking around.
Yeah, he was huge on not just physically but on drugs and
Yeah.
PEDs.
So much cocaine. So much of the, as he would call it, my favorite thing in the world, the devil's lettuce.
And he was a wrestler. He was huge in the 80s.
Yeah.
So PEDs, when they weren't testing, they didn't give a shit. And cocaine in the 80s. Why the fuck is he still alive? He was so boring to watch. Just whatever.
Yeah, I mean, did you see Mr. Nanny?
Suburban Commando or whatever it was.
Yeah.
What else did he have? Santa's got muscles. Santa with muscles. Hogan. He's a piece of shit. He's a racist piece of shit too.
Yeah.
I listened to a podcast with The New Day. There are 3 wrestlers who are on a team, and they're all black. And he said some anti-black shit to his daughter and maybe somebody else, and he was recorded and it was shared. And I don't know if all 3 of I know 2 of them don't say anything about it. But Big E, he's really big, the biggest one of the 3.
Is he? Not to be that guy, but you don't say.
He did not listen to Hogan's apology. Like, he did not accept it when Hogan came back and apologized to. It was supposed to be to everyone, but you know who he had to apologize to.
Yeah.
And even now, when they bring him up, if he comes up, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, that guy, that wrestler," because they had started talking about American Gladiators, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it was a great show in the '90s, yeah." And I think it came back at some point in the 2000s with Layla Ali and some other guys the co-host. But it's just a nice little jab at him. Like, fuck Hulk Hogan, man.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Food stories. What do I have for food stories?
Oh, I brought a snack this time.
Snackety snack.
You know me. I'm a lover of the spicy chips.
Okay.
Cheetos, Flamin' Hot Pepper Puffs, claim to be the hottest ever.
Are they shaped like peppers, like in the picture?
They sure are. They even got little fake stems. Little tiny penis.
You're eating the Italian malocchio. It's a horn, but it looks like a pepper. So if you see anyone have that on a necklace, it's a horn, and it's the malocchio. So if anyone gives you the evil eye, that's supposed to protect you.
I will say, last night I burned the roof of my mouth on some dumplings that I made.
Okay.
I made fresh dumplings, and this hurts a lot on the roof of my mouth. Pretty good. They are actually spicy though. So this is the first time I've had a chip.
Okay.
from a store in a package like this that's actually hot. So if you like spicy treats,
I do and I don't.
that's good. This one's good. It's pretty spicy.
I like
It's so spicy, in fact, that I'm going to have a
nice-
sip of my drink because it's so hot in my mouth.
It's not gonna help you, and you know it.
That's good though. These are actually good. I like these.
You
Speaking of-
need some milk.
I need some milk.
Wish I
It's
had
part
that
of the
button.
Cheetos versus Doritos face-off that they've been having, where they're trying to, out spicy chip each other.
Okay.
Much like Travolta and Cage in the 1997 John Woo classic Face Off, where they tried to out crazy each other. I've watched that movie twice in the last 2 weeks.
Wait, what? In the last what?
2 weeks.
Oh, why?
Because I could eat a peach for hours.
I could eat a peach. Hours.
If I were to send you flowers, or no. Let me rephrase. If I let you suck my tongue, would you be grateful? That whole movie opens. First 5 minutes, dead kid. Second 5 minutes, the climactic fight scene in literally any other movie. And the stakes only get higher from there. It's amazing. If you haven't seen Face Off, go watch it.
It's been so long.
It
For
is
good reason.
It is peak, like, this truly was the beginning of Cage changing from Oscar award winning actor Nicolas Cage to insane fucking weird
Nick Cage.
postmodern German art film version of Nick Cage. That was the movie that switched him. I think that movie broke him. I think is what happened. Just the mountains of drugs he was doing during that movie just fried his brain, I think is what happened. Also, Con Air is great. I watched that too.
That I think it's called Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
Where they're killing kids. That's a good movie.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a bad actor. Like,
no, he knows what he's doing. It's
even in Face Off, this really insane movie where he's doing insane things, it's like, yeah, he's still knocking it out of the park for what this movie is and what he's supposed to be doing. Like, if you watch, anything he's in, National Treasure, not a good movie, he's still a good actor in it. Like, Season of the Witch, terrible, bad movie. He's putting in the work. It's like, it's weird.
He got to a point where he's like, fuck it, I won the awards. Now I'm just gonna get paid.
Yeah.
I don't know if he needs to pay for something, but he's just getting paid at this point.
Did you ever see you'd appreciate this because I know you like video games. I think it's called Willy's Wonderland is the name of the feature.
I have not. I've seen it pop up though, and I do want to see it.
Yeah, it's based on Five Nights at Freddy's.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie based on Five Nights at Freddy's. Also, I will say that Face Off, as bad as it is, guess, will you with me, just for funsies, guess what the Rotten Tomatoes score is for critics and then audience.
I'm gonna say for critics it's like 35, and then for audience it's in the 80s.
The audience score is 82. You're correct. The critics score for the 1997 action fucking John Woo opera Face Off, critics score 92%.
It's such an awful movie. Literally, the movie's about taking a face off and putting it on someone else's face. It's not a play on words. It actually happens.
Con Air, which is arguably just a better movie, like the plot is still nonsense, but at least it makes sense. Like what's happening
Mm-hmm.
is like, yes, this happens, then this happens. Okay, fine. It's a plane. Okay. John Cusack's there wearing socks and sandals the entire movie. Whatever. Audience score 75%. Critics score 56%.
It's not about salon products.
No. It's about John Malkovich being a badass, apparently, I guess. He's supposed to be intimidating in that movie.
I'm fucking John Malkovich.
I noticed the other day I was very angrily talking about someone who was driving like a jackass, and I realized when I get annoyed, I just turn into John Malkovich. I just start doing this at people because they are an idiot and they don't understand English. So yeah, watch Face Off. It's great. And Con
Oh,
Air, sure.
don't watch Face Off. It's
Yeah. Joan Allen's in it. It's good. John Woo. If you like John Woo, there's lots of diving through glass and
are there
explosions. There's
doves?
doves. The climactic fight scene, which precedes the climactic boat chase, is in a church with doves flying around and standoffs and all that fun stuff that you
There's
get with John Woo movies.
if it's a proper John Woo, somebody's gonna be standing behind a pillar, and then chunks of the pillar getting shot off.
Yeah. There's a scene when they're standing on opposite sides of a mirror. So mirror, mirror, pointing guns at each other, but they're pointing guns at themselves, but it's each other because they're each other taking each other. It's fucking great, man. It's like poetry.
Man,
John Travolta doing the fucking face touching. He does this thing, his character, even when he's being played by Nick Cage, where he touches your face. He goes like this. He
no,
goes,
that wasn't in character. That was just him.
John Travolta with his
Just
face
him
touching.
being weird.
Oh, he's such a weirdo.
He's a Scientologist. What do you expect?
Yeah. Oh man, did you see Battlefield Earth? Speaking of Scientology
Yes,
movies,
it's horrible as well.
holy shit. I will say, as a teenager, I fucking loved that book because
I'm sure it's a fun
it's
read.
it's decent shitty sci-fi, and I'm really into shitty sci-fi.
Well, oh, Ron Hubbard, man, what a great con.
Fucking yeah, outsmarted you.
Yeah, if I could start a religion with all that babble,
Are you kidding me? If I could start a cult and just not like if my job was cult leader, like I guess like
you've
I mean
got
I
the
wouldn't do
look.
anything. I wouldn't. Thank you. I wouldn't do anything malicious. I would just be like, yeah, I'll just collect money and pretend.
Yeah,
to
give me all the money.
Yeah,
And
like your dues are $10 a month. I get 10,000 people to do that. Like awesome, cool.
and then when you're questioned, you just tell people that like I'm giving them the support that they need, and then that's it.
Listen, Rene, people will believe what they choose to believe. It doesn't matter if I'm God. What matters is if people believe. See, I've already got it down, man.
All right, food story on my side. I have two
Nice.
really quick ones. I'll go with the pizza related one. So last week or the week before, it's been 2 weeks since we last did an episode. I ordered pizza from a nearby place called La Cocos, and I'm not gonna blame it on them. I'm gonna blame it on, or actually, Siri ordered the pizza. She uses DoorDash. I
Okay.
no longer use DoorDash because we had so many issues with them and Uber having the drivers cancel. And then I'm waiting for fucking 2 hours for my food. So then I started using Grubhub, and I could have ordered it on Grubhub, but she ordered the food for me.
Mhm.
And I do have Grubhub Plus because we always get our food from Grubhub. They actually don't cancel. And when it got here, I opened it up. I looked in the box. I'm like, this looks a little weird. It looks a little messy. So either the person dropped it and it just all the cheese and all that shit just like there's a little section of it that had just the bare pizza slice with a little bit of sauce on it, no cheese on it, no pepperoni, nothing.
Okay.
So either they fucking dropped it or they're stupid and they had it angled when they were driving. So the entire time they're driving, it's just sloshing off. Yeah. The
Oof.
fucking stupid DoorDash driver. I know they don't get paid very much, but if I'm adding on 25% tip,
Yeah, like please,
just
please.
I'm giving you way over what, should be the normal, which is like 15%.
Yeah.
Maybe even 20. But I gave you 25% tip. Just
I usually
you're
just
not
give them
driving too far. I'm just gonna start giving them fucking gift cards for DoorDash. It's $20 down there, man. You don't want that? That's your tip. And then Siri ordered during the week. She ordered from Walmart our groceries. And we had been seeing so many jokes because, people started ordering online a lot more. And we'd seen so many people go, "Oh, I ordered bananas and I thought it was going to be 6 bananas, not
Mhm.
6 bunches." So then they get 6 bunches of bananas.
Yeah.
And some people were like, "Oh, I ordered one banana thinking I was going to get one bunch and I got one banana."
Yeah.
So Siri ordered one banana thinking we were going to get a bunch and we got one fucking banana. So it's just one banana in the little grocery or the little fruit bag.
Oh Jesus.
And I got home and I looked at it like, okay, everybody ate all the fucking bananas.
Nope.
She goes, "Did you notice it?" What? I ordered one banana and they gave me one. That's what it was. So it finally fucking happened. I don't know what changed. It's not like we haven't ordered bananas, but we got one banana.
Yeah. Well, Renee, people are useless, empty-headed homunculi. So, one banana. Who buys one banana? Even if you go to the gas station, 2 bananas for $1.
Yeah. The fuck, man?
Incredible.
Let's see. Something game related? There was. What town is it? There's a town in. Oh, it's in Birmingham. No. Walsall in the UK. It's a weird name. Walsall. They put out pots around the city that are green and they look exactly like the warp pipes from Super Mario.
Okay.
And it's not like people are fucking around and pretending they're Mario. It's just it looks too much like Mario.
Yeah.
And that's it. It just looks ugly. People aren't jumping up on them. And, I'm gonna teleport. Oi, mate, I'm teleporting. I
Oi,
just
mate,
don't
I
like
got
it.
to teleport down into the sewer. You're chasing, it's got all the mushrooms and the turtle, isn't it?
It's just pots around the city. It's not like they went to your house and changed out all your pots.
No, just pots.
Just pots around the city, and oh, they could have spent it better. And what? There's green warp pipes. There's red warp pipes. Yellow. They're all gonna look like that within those three colors.
Yeah. What do they got? Plants in them or something?
Yeah. Well, city plants, little trees. What was that thing you use? Logitech what?
Um, Logitech Capture.
Actually, I'll use that next time.
Okay.
Bring it up for the people to see, and then I'll Discord that to you.
Are you using that new camera right now?
Yeah.
Nice. I really like that companies have to get your approval to use cookies now.
Yeah.
They don't even look like warp pipes. They just look like big pots.
Yeah.
They're planters. What the fuck are these people talking about?
They should just sell them off to Japan, and they'll make their own. No, they do have Nintendo World. I bet you all the pot planters there look exactly like warp pipes. The top masturbation question people had during the pandemic. There's a lot of them, and one of them is: does masturbation affect your immunity? As in, does it make you more immune? Have a stronger immune system? No.
What's the answer?
The
No.
answer is
Okay.
no.
But it
But
does make it feel like you don't have a bag of cement hanging between your legs.
exactly, it does increase your white blood cells.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't, because that would mean your immune system is better.
I was about to say, doesn't that? Hold
Does it make you weak? Yes, in the knees.
on. Not only
um.
does it make my day, it makes my whole week.
Oh. Oh.
Fucking got him.
But it is healthy for you. You should do
Cool.
it. If you don't know
Me
how to do it,
specifically, or just in general?
it's fun to figure out. It's just it releases your chemicals in your brain, makes you feel better, de-stress. Unless you're overdoing it, in which case you could be rubbing it raw, tugging it raw.
Fine, overdoing it.
Or you can be dehydrated. Are you dehydrated?
No, but like if blood comes out, is that too much?
Yes. Yes. Let's see. For some people, it helps them sleep. It doesn't really do that to me.
It does.
Making love
Renee,
does.
it helps me to sleep when you masturbate.
How do you know? I'm gonna have to put this shutter thing on so you don't see me anymore.
Wait, you watch porn on your computer?
No.
Oh, good. I was gonna say that's a dangerous game, especially if you have Windows.
Yeah, when I did the first stream with this camera, it comes with a shutter on it. I don't know why. Who watches dirty things on their fucking computer anymore? You should watch it on your phone.
Yeah, like a real adult, because then at least you can masturbate in the tub.
But then you're
Why do you
swimming
think it
around
takes?
with it.
Ah, that's true. Yeah. No. I masturbate on the toilet because then it's easy cleanup. You just blurt and you're done.
Let's see. The one thing that the doctor said that they interviewed for this article: it's essential for men's overall health that they get rid of old sperm through ejaculation, and it's important for prostate health.
But how
I
much
wrote.
should you masturbate?
It, it doesn't. It's not something that was brought up.
It's
It is
helpful.
possible to dehydrate yourself, like I said, and if you do it too much, you can hurt yourself.
That's
But
how Pierce died in
how
Community.
much is too much?
That's how Chevy Chase's character died in Community.
Beating
Masturbating
off so
himself
much.
to death.
Um, it it does require blood flow, so if you have a weak heart, maybe ask your doctor about that. See, and that's it. It doesn't make you more immune to anything, but it's good for you in other ways. So if you want it, do it. Beat it off. Rub it away. Rub the pain away. Just get rid of it. This one's kind of gross. I forgot
What
about this
is?
one. So Rick Cheney's daughter,
Right, yes.
not not Dick Cheney. This is Rick Cheney. I'm serious about this shit. Call me Rick.
Well, you're Richard.
So they're trying to, or they did, didn't they? They removed her from whatever position she was at as
Yeah, they're like, how dare you do little too late?
yeah, whatever little side job she had. So the people who are trying to run for that position or her actual seat, one of them is, let's see, he's a state senator. Blah 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 blah. What the hell is his name? Anthony Bouchard.
Okay.
When he was 18, he impregnated a 14-year-old.
Sounds like a good dude. Continue.
Uh, Eventually, they wound up getting married, and then he divorced her. But they're trying to, or especially he is trying to pass it off as it's just a Romeo and Juliet. See, he
Didn't
said,
Juliet kill herself at the end of that one?
yeah, it's a story when I was young. This is a quote. So, bottom line, it's a story when I was young. Two teenagers, girl gets pregnant. You've heard these
No, that
stories
is
before.
that
She was
is
a little,
that
she's a little younger than me, so it's like the Romeo and Juliet story.
that is an adult and a child having sex with each other.
I think at that point, I think the age in any state is it's too far apart at that point
Yeah.
because he is an adult. He wasn't. If he was 17 and she was 14, I think that's a whole different. I think it's fine. And then he crossed over to 18, and they were still together. That's where that Juliet Romeo and Juliet law comes in, or whatever, and
Yeah,
they'd be fine.
I
But he
remember
was already an adult.
there was an entire plot line in that one Transformers movie about that because Michael Bay is a fucking creep.
Yeah. You know all those angles of what's her face
Yeah.
in that very first movie? It's all
Gross.
because of him.
Gross. It's gross.
Yeah, it is gross. She's got weird thumbs.
No, I just mean that kind of behavior as a person in power over a young woman is gross.
um, yeah. So people of Wyoming, don't don't give anything to this guy.
Stop having sex with kids for one. Wyoming, people of
Yeah.
Wyoming. People of the world, Earth. People of Earth, hear me. Don't have sex with
Let's
kids.
see. He said he tried to do the right thing, and that's why he married her when she was 15. They later went through what he described as a kind of bitter divorce. And then he told the newspaper that interviewed him that the ex-wife, the who was the person who was 14, not as somebody else who he married, the ex-wife died by suicide when she was 20. I wonder why.
So he's got a. How is that not murder?
Or any? How do you not get in trouble? Is the thing.
Like at least accessory, you know? Because like, well, because he's a white dude and it's Wyoming, so like.
She was 14 and he was 18 at the time that when he impregnated her. Guess what state?
No idea.
Florida, where the age of consent was and remains 18.
Oh,
That's
so
a
it was even just
surprise.
like that was just like illegal when he did that.
Yeah, that's the surprise about Florida.
That's
Age of
surprising to me
consent is
too.
18. Come on, Florida, live up to your reputation. Make that shit fucking 12 or something. The whole,
Ooh.
how with how fucked up it is. Why isn't it something extreme?
Yeah, you'd think. You'd
That's
think.
very reasonable. 18.
Yeah, that-
That's the one. That's the one thing they decided to be normal on. So he should have gotten in trouble anyway. Fuck him.
yeah. Also, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
Um, what else do I have here? No, let's get that. Let's get that. Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying stupid shit still.
No way.
No way. She says something about. Let's see. I'm only gonna say the very first line here. This is on Politico. Representative Peter Meyer on Sunday, so whatever Sunday it was before the 23rd. When was it? I don't even know what day that was, so I don't give a shit. On
Give
Sunday,
a
he called
shit.
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene's remarks comparing the House's coronavirus mask restrictions to what the Jewish people suffered during the Holocaust beyond
Oh my
comprehensive.
god, I have a fucking news article for this. I completely forgot that you I'm gonna subject this to you. So
Hey,
buckle up, kiddo.
we don't really have to go beyond that because it's already fucking stupid.
Oh no, we
But if
do
you
because
want
this is
to,
local Nashville news. So there's a company in Nashville called Hatworks where they sell hats and other fucking shit. And buckle up because they made these patches to sell to people. Oh, why did it? I didn't want to do that. Hold on.
transition to nothing.
Yeah. Jesus fucking
Oh
Christ.
shit! They're trying to shut us down.
I'm being censored. Um, where'd you go? Facebook. There she blows. Okay. How it works Nashville? They made patches for their consumers.
Oh no!
Oh yes. Not vaccinated. It says.
Oh god! Why?
No, it gets better. I'm not done yet, Renee. Follow up.
Are they getting
Uh,
numbers tattooed on them?
no. Follow up. Follow up. Stetson response.
Oh,
We are aware of the situation in Nashville and want to thank everyone for bringing it to our attention. We take this matter seriously and are investigating in order to take the necessary and appropriate next steps. To be clear, along with our distribution partner, Stetson condemns anti-Semitism and discrimination of any kind, um, which is good. Good on you, Stetson. Um, I just want the most important part of this article to me is her response. In no way did I intend to trivialize the Star of David or disrespect what happens to millions of people? Blah blah blah. Bullshit. 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 Um, this is a cut off of another post they made about getting vaccinated is the same as showing your papers because you're a fucking idiot. Anyway, yeah, that happened. That is a thing that we have to contend with as part of reality. You're welcome, America. There is a stunning conclusion to this ongoing saga. Anyways, all of their distributors and vendors are pulling out of their business because obviously, that's it. Because obviously, full stop.
Because when you're forced to wear your mask.
Because when you're forced to do something kind and considerate and selfless, that's the same as being persecuted by the Nazis.
And
same thing. Identical.
If you were part of the 6 million just Jewish.
Yeah, just the 6 million Jewish people, not including all the other people who died, but we'll just focus on those.
It's the same thing as those 6 million who wound up getting murdered in all kinds of different ways, either starvation, getting shot to death, being overworked, gassed,
just thrown into a grave while you're still alive,
and just having everyone piled on top of you.
And buried while still alive, and then eventually you suffocate under the weight of
that's the same as being told you have to wear a mask in this indoor area.
Not only that, just went a little Nick Cage face off. No, the places that are telling them they have to wear a mask, that's private property. Mm-hmm. They're allowed to say, you can't come in here unless you're wearing long pants. Mm-hmm. You're not allowed to wear headphones in here. You can't wear a sunglasses indoors. Take your hat off when you walk into a nice restaurant. Like,
I don't take my hat off till I sit down.
Oh, you're a bad person. But
if I even have a hat on.
The point is, you have every right to not wear a mask and not be vaccinated. That is 100. No one's saying it's illegal for you to be vaccinated. The TSA isn't telling you, hey, it's a law that you have to wear a mask to go through security. However, these private companies that you have such a huge, throbbing, unmasturbated boner for are the ones telling you have to wear a mask, not the government. Mm-hmm. The government's making recommendations like saying, hey, you should probably wear masks. So, you're wrong, you're dumb, and you're an asshole. That's it. I'm done.
It kind of connects to, I didn't want to bring it up until the day or after the day he finally got off of Facebook. Because that's what he's saying he's going to do. On July 4th, he's saying, I'm going to get off of Facebook. You should join me. I'm going to move to...
Who is this?
A singer named 5 Times August. Exactly.
Okay. Have fun not being on Facebook.
I will admit I did like him. I did like his stuff. It's not the best. It's really just cookie cutter bullshit. Normal ass music. There's nothing to write home about. And I only knew him as a college campus artist. So he is, and I had this big point I'm gonna make about him, but it's who gives a shit at this point. I don't know if he's entirely anti-vax, but he's very anti this vax, COVID vax.
Mhm.
Um, and then he makes these weird points. And I didn't write anything down because I wound up just not giving a shit. But it got to the point where it's like he started bringing up, but like you have no, like almost no chance of dying from COVID, and whatever. But a lot of people die from cancer and all these other things, like non-communicable things. They started bringing up, like,
And also things we don't have vaccines for. Yeah, Dedoy, you're more likely. Okay, continue. Sorry.
no, no, it's just oh my god, and it got to that point where it's like I'm gonna get off of Facebook because no one here wants to say, not enough of
What
you are
has to be
agreeing with me.
said? Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those. I found out, like, I found out the truth, and I'm just trying to give you the truth. And he's just being an asshole about it. And the only reason I haven't, I added his page and I added him, so I have him as a friend under
Okay.
his name, um, which is shit. No, I can't
Just up
remember his
north.
name.
Butts McKenzie.
I believe it's Brad. I'll scroll through Facebook and it'll probably be one of the things that pops up like right now. Let's see, I shouldn't have to scroll very far. No, I had responded to him like once or twice. Here, Brad Skistimus. So he talks a lot of shit about, oh, they're offering you money or donuts or whatever if you take it, you get the vaccine. To the point where it's like, how can they offer you such unhealthy food and then they're gonna say that this vaccine is healthy? Like, no one is telling you
To
you
go eat
have
McDonald's.
every day just because they're offering it to you for free every day. If that was a thing,
Yeah.
no one's gonna tell you do this shit every day. But if it was like, sure, you have it free for a year, if you want to do once a week, once a month, that's fine. And they're always gonna tell you don't fucking eat it every day.
Also, to be fair though, McDonald's in and of itself as a food isn't any worse than going to a fancy restaurant and getting a burger. Like, let's just make that clear. It's the fact that that's all you eat and you're not getting the rest of the nutrients your body needs and you're not moving around and you're not getting enough sunlight and you're not exercising your brain. Like, that's the problem. McDonald's on its face is fine. Have a burger every once in a while. Like, who fucking cares? Who gives a shit?
There was
Okay, continue. Sorry. That
there was a point where he brought up something that sounded like he and his parents were anti-vax, like he's never gotten a vaccine of any kind. I wouldn't know, but it seemed like that's what he was trying to get at. Like, I've never got, like, he wound up saying like I've never gotten the measles or all that shit, the MMR, anything like that. And I was like, is he completely anti-vax? I wouldn't be surprised. And there was no indication that he was like this before. I mean, there was no pandemic before, but he's also very anti-mask. And my one, I caught you in a lie, like in a courtroom, me pointing at him, shame, like Modern Family, was it turns out that even though he's anti-mask now, he's the one who's been wearing a mask the entire time.
Ooh,
Because when I met him,
fucking
he's a really nice guy. None of this would come up. None of
God.
anything political. It wasn't a thing. He was a performer on college campuses, which is something you do after you've had your huge success, and this is all you've got left. He never left
Yeah.
that. So, good riddance.
Good riddance to bad garbage.
There was a sticker that I had that had his performer name on it. I was like, throw it out, throw that shit out. And then
Get
Siri
out of
goes,
here.
let's just put it in a scrapbook. Or we used to like like fine, whatever. And I think his brother's the same way. And he does gaming stuff on YouTube. And once they got kicked off, or not really kicked off for any kind of reason other than they were two separate entities at this point, he was on Screw Attack.
Okay. I remember that was a thing. Is it still a thing?
Screw Attack is still a thing, but it's not what it's not really just gaming, like people playing games. It's game related stuff and other. I don't know. I stopped watching Screw Attack, and he's on Game Attack, and I guess they have their own podcast together. I never watched it, but I'm guessing if they're doing a podcast together and this shit does come up, he has the same kind of mindset. And the funny thing is, when I met 5 Times August and I bought a CD from him, I didn't ask him about him. I asked him, "Hey, how's Craig doing?" He's like, "Craig, my brother." Like, yeah, I'm more interested in your brother than you. And then he signs the CD, and I was like, "Can you draw the?" Because he told me that he made the logo for Screw Attack, which is just the Screw Attack thing.
Yeah, it's a lightning bolt with a
Metroid
circle around it. Yeah.
from Metroid. But there's like a little variation to it, and he just drew that Screw Attack logo in the CD.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, the anti-mask has been wearing his mask his entire time.
Fucking putts. Why? Why?
Like, I get it. There's the one point he keeps making. Oh, we took these pictures of people throwing out their masks just on the ground. Yeah, that's fucking gross. Just because I'm pro mask doesn't mean I'm accepting of the
And
fact that
pro
there's
littering.
fucking all this garbage on the ground. I do see them all the time, and all the time, I'm just like, what a piece of shit. You know, if you drop it and you don't want it, pick it up and fucking throw it out. You're not gonna get COVID from the ground. Um, yeah, so fuck him. What was I think I had? Oh yeah, Ben Shapiro,
Oh god, Benny Shaps.
Benny Shaps, baby.
What
So
it is, Jackson?
we watched that video of him on the Daily Wire.
Yep. I watched a full half-hour Daily Wire video just for you.
I didn't think I was going to. I saw it, like snippets of it on Snapchat, and I was like, "Is this a full video?" So I looked it up on YouTube, and yeah, it's a half-hour video, and there was that initial like little political jokey jokes at the
Yeah.
beginning.
There's every once in a while that were very, very funny.
These are the kinds of people who are voting for AOC.
Like,
And
I'm not shitting on the dumb political joke because I like AOC. I'm shitting on the dumb political joke because it was bad. Like, I don't. When they were doing all the Trump shit on SNL, that wasn't funny either. Like,
it's tired.
it's not. You're just not funny. It's not It's not. It's not that joke specifically. It's just you're not funny. So stop trying to be funny.
I feel like one of them even said these are the kind of people who voted for Trump.
Yeah, that's what Ben Shapiro said too in the background, but nobody touched on it.
Everyone was talking over that, and I was like,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. That was a good joke too. It was stupid,
He switched it around on you.
but I liked it. I like them. I really don't like AOC very much.
I liked the bearded guy a bit and the old guy because at least they were the only ones who understood how science works as a process. Everybody else was just talking about how they felt about things.
Yeah, this is how I feel about science. I have never looked into it very much. I'm surprised the guy we didn't like, not Matt Walsh, the other guy. Matt
Jeremy
Walsh was the one who
Blevins.
knew the shit. There you go.
Yeah, I
Matt
don't know
Walsh
who
is the guy
Blevins.
with the beard, and then the other guy was the bald guy. I don't remember his name.
The bald old guy. Yeah.
Hmm. Jeremy was the one who talked about things.
Talked the most.
He talked things. That's it. He just talked things out there. He put them out there.
He didn't actually
And
say anything though.
yeah, I'm surprised. Like, if he had explained this better, which because the audience is there for politics, not for discussions about aliens. If he had talked about the Fermi paradox, which he brought up,
But also didn't understand.
yeah, maybe an inkling is understood. Which is it's really weird because there's a lot of physics and math and science all just
Yeah, and that's one of my problems too. He was confusing possibility and probability, and
Mhm.
also like statistical probability and anecdotal probability. Because anecdotally, it's not aliens, but
No.
statistically, it could be aliens.
But that's the paradox.
Yeah,
Is
if
there's
aliens, why not aliens? Where are they at, fam?
if then all
Yeah,
that shit.
and they were talking about the great filter, which is part of the Fermi paradox, as if it was the whole paradox was. Um, for people who don't know, the Fermi paradox essentially is statistically aliens exist. Where are they? Part of that, one of the theories to support the paradox is that there comes a point in any civilization's history which we have achieved. So we are, fucking sword of Damocles is hanging over us right now. There comes a point where any civilization becomes so technologically advanced they have the capability to completely destroy themselves.
Mhm.
1944 when we invented nukes, and 1945 when we used nukes, that was it for us. We are now at a stage in our technological development where we could destroy all of humanity. Um,
He did
one
bring
of
that
the
up
Yeah,
very quickly,
yeah,
and then just went on.
yeah. So statistically, we believe that to be the case for all civilizations. So one of the explanations for the Fermi paradox is once you reach that phase of the civilizational filtration, you fail. Nobody wins. Nobody can get past that point. Or nobody has. Statistically, that's the guess. It's very hard to get past that point.
Mhm.
Um, one of the other things, which is the one my theory on aliens is they become so technologically sophisticated, they exist in a way that we cannot perceive or understand or cannot align with. Much like in the original Avengers movie, Ant Boot. The ant doesn't understand the boot. There could be aliens. They could be sitting right next to me, but I don't know it because I can't perceive them or they exist in a way that I don't understand as life. So that's my take on it, but that's another explanation for the Fermi paradox. And two, they don't acknowledge us as intelligent. That could be the case. They're sending like probes like we walk around in the woods.
Mhm.
Oh, look, that's a nice bird. Look at these little. They're running around on two legs and they got automatars. What interesting insects.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah,
so
they're they
aliens,
they've gotten to that point where why haven't they colonized? Like maybe they don't give a shit.
and also there's
They've
no
gone beyond that.
resources. Yeah, there's no resources on Earth that don't exist in way more accessible ways. There's a cloud of water in space that is light years across. It's literally infinite water.
Mhm.
Asteroids that are made of gold. It rains diamonds on Neptune. Like, there's nothing on Earth that they need. And if you're
Which
technologically sophisticated enough to travel across those vast distances in space, you've probably figured out nuclear fusion so you can just make whatever elements you want to make anyway.
Mhm.
It's like, I've got hydrogen. I can make anything out of hydrogen. I can just slam them together, and boy, oh boy, look at that. It's lead or gold or whatever.
for me, the interstellar travel is all about just collecting all that shit, like you said. And I'd watched the video on Neptune, how it's just diamonds everywhere. Like
It's just diamonds.
to me, it's what if I just just a bucket went to Neptune, brought that shit down into the atmosphere, brought it back up full of diamonds, go back to Earth, and now I have a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, it's
That's all
like,
it is to
yeah,
me. I want that asteroid to fuck a chunk of it to land in my backyard, and I have a fuck ton of gold.
yeah. And it's like that's one of the things that I think we're running into. This is fun talking about economics. Is it financially viable to farm asteroids? Is the thing. It's like we could go into the asteroid belt and probably find some pretty, rare earth metals. Oh, look at
Mm-hmm.
this, a giant stone of cobalt that's worth $800 trillion. Is it worth it to fly to that asteroid, hook a bunch of rockets to it, and then bring it into orbit around the moon so we can mine it? Like, at what point does it become economically feasible to do this kind of stuff? Which
Probably not ever.
I think once we figure out how to use the moon, um, because the
As a
technology
station.
exists. Yeah, the technology exists now that we could 3D print using the surface of the moon, print buildings on the moon that we can live in.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the everything else around it.
The Nazis did it in Wolfenstein. Why can't we?
And in Iron Sky, if you
Yeah,
ever
but
saw that movie.
yeah, but in Wolfenstein, you get to fuck shit up.
Wolframstein.
I gotta say that was the coolest part in that first remake of Wolfenstein a couple of years ago. You go to the moon. They have a Nazi base. The people already think the Nazis have a base on there right now. Um, but this played into that conspiracy theory and this what if scenario. What if the Nazis won? And then you
Mm-hmm.
go to the moon and there's the base with the Nazis there, and you fuck them up in
Yeah.
space. So you go from you know inspired but fictional guns from the 40s,
Mm-hmm.
and once you get to the moon base, now all their guns are all laser based guns. It's the exact same guns you already had, but they're now
It's like an
laser guns.
MP40, but it shoots lasers.
Yeah, laser sniper rifle, laser shotguns. It's all lasers once you get up there, and I was like, this is fucking great.
Everybody knows that lasers on the moon.
Once we get to the moon, that's when we'll have laser guns and all that cool shit.
Yeah. We just need moon science. Like, no,
Be,
bullets are
be,
heavy.
beyond this, beyond this Daily Wire episode, we really don't give a shit. We know they're assholes, but for them to be speaking about aliens, something that's out of their element, and they were arguing.
Yeah,
They
they were
weren't
having a
all
heated. They were having a discussion. It was
they
interesting.
weren't all in agreement, and I was like, this is fucking interesting to watch, because every other episode, any discussion that they have around this table, it's yes, 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 but maybe a little bit different yes. These were all very different. Like,
Yeah,
it got to the point where it's like, I know some of you want to say some shit, but you just can't.
you just don't know how.
You don't want to ruin your conservative reputation
Yeah,
in front of these
I
people, in
loved
front of the
one
audience.
loud, annoying guy that talked too much was like, "But it's God." I was like, "Okay."
Ah, don't.
We were having so much fun until you're
I
like,
I get
"Jesus."
it. I get it. I get it. But
Yeah, I'm not saying don't believe in God. I'm saying like they can both like
yeah,
like the existence of God doesn't
negate.
negate the fact
Yeah.
that aliens could exist. Like,
All right, fine. He fucking made them too.
yeah, like okay, there we go. He made the aliens.
It's not
Why aren't the
just.
aliens in the Bible? Because it ain't got nothing to fucking do with you. They
It's
didn't
not on
expect
Earth.
you.
They're over there. Maybe they have their own Bible. I
Here's
don't know.
why I think we haven't found any aliens. Renee, my theory: when we launch rockets and satellites and things, we always shoot them like, off, up and off to the right.
Because
We never go down. You know,
if you go down, you just see the underside of the flat Earth.
oh, that's true. Yeah, No, but like we don't ever send probes down. Like there could be the fucking space baby from 2001 Odyssey out, sticking its butt hanging out under the South Pole somewhere. We don't know. We always go off to the left.
So literally into the Earth,
No, I mean like if this is the
just
solar
a different
system
direction.
is a disk, yeah, we're always going like woo.
Mm-hmm.
Just go woo down. Just go down. What if there's another parallel Earth trailing behind us? We just never see it because we don't go down.
I did
So yeah,
like
that's my theory.
they very quickly like talked about this, and I did like it. They said it's more probable that there are ghosts instead of aliens because and they brought this is where when they brought the religion into it because we know they said because we know that humans have a soul, we know that the soul is a thing, and that's like it's your spirit energy, that's your ghost. I say, I guess.
Also, okay, separating the religion and the science thing. We actually don't. If we're talking, if in this discussion that we are having, we are approaching it scientifically as they did in the beginning, you can't say that we know that a soul exists because we don't know that.
We don't.
And it's okay for you to believe that souls exist. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying it's not, but if we're talking about things in the realm of, and this is one thing that I brought up when we were watching it was burden of proof. They were conflating like the legal definition of burden of
Mm-hmm.
proof and the scientific definition of burden of proof. Um, but you can't just say okay, but souls exist. I'm introducing that without any of the other stuff that you have to do to introduce something to
Mm-hmm.
scientific conversation. Anyway, mistakes were made. It's fine. They're not scientists. I get it, but at least
Yeah.
have cohesive arguments to make.
Let's see. They did bring up um how in the past, which is why it even though in the past it was always the stupid farmer,
Yeah,
the just weirdo people out in the sticks, they saw the aliens, and people still believed in aliens who weren't the people who were that
gone done and seen them.
stupid
Yeah,
farmer. Yeah, so people still believed, and now that there's military footage from pilots, from professionals who are like, that's
that's
not
some weird shit.
ours. That's
Yeah,
moving in a way that we've never seen before. That's not possible. And now people are like, no, this is all fake. Like, but why did you believe it when the fucking dumbass rural person was saying it? But the people who know how things fly, who fly themselves, now it's impossible to believe.
I can tell you why. Because that goddamn liberal government. Yeah, military. The
Yeah, the mill.
CIA, so liberal.
Also, I don't know. I don't remember if they brought this up, but why is the footage even now still so shitty? Like, how do you expect me to believe it when it's still grainy? It's still from far away.
Yeah.
There could be a the government could be like, here is our alien. It's standing right next to me. Here's Mr. Gray, and the military personnel would be in focus and clean, and then the fucking alien would still be blurry as shit, and you couldn't tell what this fucking blob next to him was. I don't get it.
Maybe our camera systems aren't technologically sophisticated enough to capture them.
Because they're other dimensional beings.
Or to their point, maybe it's just a glitch. Could have been nothing.
Yeah, they did say that. Maybe it's just a glitch. or maybe it's something that masks its presence, and makes systems that are trying to capture it think it's something else
Yeah.
on radar. I don't know. I mean, that is an interesting point that they brought up. I don't know. Maybe it's something that exists.
Mm. Wait, did you know they made Lord of the Rings Lego?
I'd be surprised if they hadn't.
This is new to me. Um, I'm sorry, but what? What?
What?
What?
The aliens brought it.
Yeah, apparently.
Unfortunately, Ben Shapiro was the only one who didn't really talk.
It was nice not having to hear his voice. Ah, they don't make Lord of the Rings Lego anymore,
Ah.
but they did. They sure as shit did.
Also, how boring is Ben Shapiro? Everyone else had some liquor to drink or a cigar. And he's just sitting there eating popcorn.
Because he's actually 16. We've gone over this. He's actually a child.
What a fucking dork.
Actually, cigars are bad for your lungs.
You're sitting there breathing it in. Might as well smoke one.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's all I've got. Oh, here's a story here. One last story. Um, and there's not really much to back it up, but the story is if you see this in your mailbox, don't remove it, mail carrier warns. And according to this website, it was fact checked. So if you find a dryer sheet in your mailbox, don't take it out. It's probably because the mail carrier put it in there so that bees and other
Boogans.
bee-like creatures, whether it be wasps or something,
Whether it be wasps.
they don't set up their nests in there.
Huh.
Because if they're strongly scented, they don't like it. There is science questioning this. It probably isn't working, but a lot of people think it does work. And a scientist wound up saying instead, he warns the flower-like odor might attract the insects.
Hmm.
So it probably doesn't work. But if all of a sudden because you put the sheet in there, they're not showing up, I don't know. Maybe it's just they don't like that there's something else in there
Yeah.
that's got this fake scent. I don't know, but if you have bees forming forming a nest in your mailbox, maybe seal it up better. I'd say you could do that. I've never had to come across this because it's probably more of an issue in the rural areas where the mailbox is not attached to the house and it's out, you know, in the driveway. I've never really seen any nests either hanging out in a house or anything. There
Yeah.
was once there wasn't a nest, so it was wasps. I hate saying that word, wasps.
Wasps.
They were, I guess, they dug a hole in the ground and they were coming out of the grass.
Ooh. Ooh, that's no good.
But there was enough. This was in the nicer area back in the north side where the median income you walk a couple more blocks and the median income just fucking drops to
Yeah.
normal, like maybe 50,000 per adult in the house.
Mm-hmm.
This was the section where it was 150,000 and up per individual adult in the house. So the houses are much bigger, the lawns are much bigger. So I could just go up to the house, have to walk all the way to the sidewalk, which is just a big front lawn, and I never really had to deal with it. But I could see them fucking flying around, going
Yeah.
into the ground. I never have to fuck with that. And I think the thing with wasps is if you destroy it, you destroy their nest or block it, they don't try to come back. So they just kind of say fuck it. Because we did have wasps in somewhere in the wall upstairs in the second floor. And I don't think we covered it up because we couldn't find how they were getting through into the building. Or we did cover up the outside, but they never tried to do anything else. And I remember it was really hot. So it was, obviously it was in summer. It was really fucking hot, but I was like, I'm gonna start killing these things. So I put on layers and layers and layers. A hoodie, masks, like ski masks, and gloves. And I just started fucking grabbing them and crushing them, just going after them. I was just hot as shit. I'm surprised I didn't pass out. But I had at the end, I had just this fucking big old pile of them just on the ground that I had smushed. And I told Siri to take a picture of it. I don't know where it is. I think we might have deleted it or it's in some, Google thing, Google
Yeah.
Photos.
It's in a drive somewhere.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna get my shotgun. I'm gonna do it like the fucking hunters when they go out and kill a lion. So I took a picture like that. My shotgun. Here's the pile of fucking dead wasps. They never came back, so something worked. They
You
probably
gotta
said
get
we're
one of
not
those.
fucking with that guy.
Have you seen those assault shotguns? It's a little shotgun that fires. You load it with
Yeah,
salt for shooting at
yeah.
bugs.
Oh, I remember one thing we never brought it up. Do you remember? No, I can't remember his name. It's a Greek name.
Aristocles.
He was very conservative, gay.
Milo Yiannopoulos.
Mila
Milo.
Yiannopoulos.
There we go.
Um, and I wanted to call the episode that I had originally wanted to talk about him and his conversion. I wanted to call it LGBTQ Anon.
LGBTQ anon. Oh my god. That is genius.
And I never got around to it, and then I just wound up forgetting about it. But a couple months ago, I think is when he finally brought it up. He has been going through conversion therapy to be straight, so he's straight now. But he admitted it. He's had very many relapses,
So he's
so he's gone back to getting some wangs.
so he's so he are you
No,
telling me that
no, but he wants
conversion
to be straight. All right, it's working. Okay, except for those times it didn't work because he has to be true to himself. If you want some dick, you want some dick.
Yeah, sometimes you just need some dick.
At one point, he said, I only said I was gay to piss off my mom. Like, don't lie. Just be you, dude.
Yeah, just
Don't push along this bullshit that just makes people suffer and doesn't work. Conversion therapy.
ridiculous.
But it's so like I I've had some relapses. I couldn't resist. I had to go and get some dick. I don't know if he subscribes to the QAnon bullshit. I just know he's conservative. And the times I've listened to him, he was on Legion of Skanks and Race Wars podcast.
Is that the podcast about the Fast and the Furious?
Yes.
Just a reminder that franchise was about racing and stealing DVD players in the beginning.
It's not what it used to be, and I don't like where it went.
Yeah, but what if? Hear me out. It did though.
The last one of those movies that was all about racing was 3 or Tokyo
Yep.
Drift, and then it became this improbable car flying and heist. What you were stealing DVD players, and now you're fucking blowing up the
Blowing up the
fucking
moon.
world. The fuck?
I will say that the Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw might be the best movie ever made.
It is of that franchise definitely the best fucking one. It is fun.
Oh, God, it's
The
so
whole
fun.
heist bullshit should have been left to side movies,
Yeah.
and this kicked the shit out of all of them.
How charming are The Rock and Jason Statham as a
Exactly. That's why it's such a good
duo?
movie.
They're so charismatic. It's amazing.
Oh my god, the Vin Diesel is just a fucking. He's a literal tree, and he plays a tree.
Yeah. I am Groot.
I do like though that it's him who does it in all the
Every
translated-
language.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't realize how just absolutely like beautiful. Like I never really thought about Vanessa Kirby because I haven't really seen her in a lot of things, but she is like she's really pretty.
Oh, the sister in Hobbs
And a
Shaw?
great and good acting too. I was like, okay. I see you swinging for the fences on this really weird shitty action movie. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing too. You could tell everyone was having fun. Like
Yeah.
the Fast and the Furious movies, nobody is having fun making those anymore. But this one, they were like just living in it.
And Idris Elba.
Oh God,
Can't go wrong with that handsome man.
He's that everyone in that movie just.
If they don't make him Black Superman for the upcoming Black Superman movie, I'm gonna be disappointed.
I really like how tactfully he said, "I'm not British enough to be James Bond."
He also said, "I'm not handsome enough."
Yeah, I'm not.
But at that one, he made it very clear that with the way he paused.
Yeah,
I'm not handsome enough. When you know I'm not handsome. I'm not white enough.
He's so fucking good as an actor as well. Like again, they really.
Oh no!
What?
I just had a viewer, and we know who our viewer is.
What happened? What did I miss?
Our most regular viewer. She sent me a DM. It's
you getting fan mail?
Damn, where the hell is my DMs? Here. Oh wait, she sent it to my actual Twitter, not my brand's Twitter. How do I switch to that?
Just do it on Twitter.
Brand.
Brand's Twitter.
Yes, Brant.
Yes.
Universal reportedly wants a Fast and Furious and and Jurassic World crossover.
Dinosaur heist. Dinosaur heist.
Okay. I want this.
I also dinosaur heist. I'm sorry, but dinosaur heist.
Oh, I'm down for that.
Dinosaur heist.
I don't really care for Fast and Furious. Except for those first few ones where it was actually about racing.
I have seen the first one, the 7th one, and Hobbs and Shaw.
I have them up to whatever came in that collection. I think up to 7. and I don't think I watched all the way to 7. I think I stopped at 5.
Speaking of Idris Elba, Beasts of No Nation was one of the greatest movies ever made, and I am really upset that I got snubbed for every award because it was a Netflix original.
Yeah, that whole movies made for streaming is not an actual movie thing is bullshit.
Yeah. And because it's such a good movie. Like it's so good.
And there's been Spielberg said some shit like that. Um, another big name, fucking, and he made a movie for Netflix. Uh, I want to say Coppola, but I know that's not right.
Oh, he did
Scorsese.
Scorsese, yeah, he did yeah.
And he might have wound up saying some shit like that, and then went back on it once he got that Netflix movie. But he did also shit on Marvel.
To be fair though, Marvel movies fucking suck. I'm sorry everybody, but they're
They're
not good.
they're
Not
fun though. They're
No, they're
fun.
not. They're played out. They're like so paint
No,
by numbers. They're boring. They're not good movies.
I like the fact that they've taken these stories that I grew up with, and now I don't have to watch them in cartoon form. I can watch them in amazing graphics form. All I gotta do is wear a gray suit, and then I'm the Hulk all of a sudden. Did you
I'm
did
just
you know
so
that? It's not
uninspired.
even green screen anymore. They just wear gray.
Yeah, with the little dots. It's got the trackers in them.
It's not even dots. It's like it looks almost like QR codes.
Yeah, they got like the little. It's pretty neat.
And the amount of usage for that, like so many people are not even in costume anymore.
Yeah.
Like I get it when they have fucking Ruffalo do it because he's got to capture for the Hulk, who's just a giant green monster.
Yeah.
But then they'll have Tom Holland in the full suit, the gray suit, as
Yeah.
opposed to putting an actual Spider-Man costume on him and having him act in this. Sometimes he does,
Yeah.
but it's like,
It
really,
really
you
bums.
couldn't have a fucking Taylor make this shit? Oh, but it has to have cooler looking shit on there. Like, whatever. Tobey Maguire wore that shit.
God, how good were the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies though?
Except
Third
for that
one,
third
yeah.
one.
But again, third one. This happens with all good directors and all good franchises. They become such big money spinners. The studio gets their ugly fucking mitts into it and ruins everything.
Not Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Okay.
That one is considered by many to be the best, if not second best, to the first one. And I go back and forth. It's the first one that's the best one. No, it's the third one. The second one, though, it has a special place in my heart because of the. And a lot of people like to say it's gay subtext. It's not subtext. It's not hidden anywhere. It's very much a gay movie.
Yay. A gay musical.
That's an oxymoron. Heyo!
Ah, boy. Neo Yananopoulos.
No, get off of that. Get off of that.
Get him off.
Yeah, I'm done. Thank you for
That's
watching.
it. That's all I got.
Remember to like, share, follow, subscribe, whatever it is, wherever you're watching. That would have been a great title. I didn't get to use it. LGBTQ went on.
Yeah, LGBTQ and on. That is good. LGBTQ and on.
What could have been? Could have been. I am downloading all the videos, or at least all the Crunchcast videos. So the archive will just be YouTube,
Yep.
and I think up until 10. No, I think it was beyond 10. Might have been up to 12 when we finally started the double stream to YouTube. So I have to download all those. I've downloaded a handful of them, and then I'll put those in a playlist. So if you missed my my first good title,
Mm.
which is the real original Proud Boys, which is the actual first episode. So I started
Mm.
out with good titles from episode 1. That is a play on obviously the Proud Boys
Mm-hmm.
and the real original Ghostbusters, or the
The
real
real
Ghostbusters,
original. The
the
real
cartoon.
Ghostbusters.
I don't always explain titles or descriptions, but usually
Sometimes you gotta.
it's gotta it's you have to, otherwise people will be like, what? Real original Proud Boys? That's why in the description of that video I put, we're standing back and standing by, bi, so you get the joke. Otherwise people will be like, we're not gonna watch this fucking Proud Boy shit.
Mm.
Thank you for watching. Have a good one.